All right, so now we're gonna get into it. So the first thing we are going to dive into is the harness and how we set ourselves up so that we are lighter when we start to run. So the harness is easy. It's got a larger belt that comes and wraps just around your hips. We don't need this to be necessarily super snug. It kind of just helps to keep the belt where we want it to be, okay? If we come to the side, you're gonna see these Velcro straps that really run along the outside of our legs here. We want the top, where this first bungee cord is gonna go, to be right on the outside of our hip. So I'm gonna take this part of the belt and kind of line it up right on the outside of my leg, on the outside of my hip here. And then we're gonna start with the bottom Velcro. So I'm gonna unvelcro that strap. I wrap it about an inch or so above the knee, and I'm gonna make it pretty snug. Now I'm gonna take the top one, wrap it around my leg, and secure it tightly. Okay, so that's one leg. Should feel pretty snug. I mean, these stretch pretty good, so it should feel snug. We're gonna come and do the other side. So now I am secured in, okay? From here, we're gonna hook ourselves up to the bungee cable system. So we're always gonna start from the back and move forward. So I'm gonna take my carabiner, hook it in, the other side, hook it in, okay? Now I'm gonna feel pretty secure. So I always kind of grab onto this guy and pull me forward a little bit. Okay, so at this point, we wanna just make sure that everything is set up in place. So I measured this beforehand, but ultimately we want these bars to be about 12 inches above this first bungee cord, okay? So there's a measuring tape here, and I measured it beforehand, but 12 inches allows us to offload about 20 pounds of our weight. And then every time we bring this bar up another little set here, another number, we're able to offload 5 more additional pounds on top of that 20 pounds of weight that we already took off of our body weight. So if we wanted to have one of our athletes start running, I would have them crank up the treadmill, and I always have them increase the incline to like 1 or 2% to also decrease the amount of impact that they have on their joints. And we take it up to a comfortable running pace, and we run. And it feels light, and it feels fast, but it feels like way less impact on my body. So we're able to go at a little bit of a quicker cruising pace because it doesn't feel like there's as much effort on our body to run and to load. And then we can have an athlete run on here as long as they're not having pain and they're feeling pretty good. They can log a couple of miles, and then when they're done, we have them hop out of the system. We wash the belt, and it's ready to rock and roll.